Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Gemini, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week this week is the Judgment card. So when I see this, I don't know, there's a feeling like I just want to say to you this week, what is it that you are ready to finally release? What is it that you are finally ready to let go of? This could be a moment where you are saying goodbye to or parting with a very big piece of baggage or something that's been a part of your life for a long time. Now, one of the things with this, it tends to bring big change. Like I see the Judgment card as, you know, like when you pull an arrow back and then you shoot forward, this can very often be that kind of energy. Like it sees you going to a new level, but in order to do that, you have to clear the decks, right? The Judgment card is basically saying to you this week, what is it that you are truly ready to release? What is it that you are truly ready to let go of? And when that happens, I think you're going to get this newfound sense of clarity, but also a new path or a new avenue is going to open up for you. And it may very well look extremely different to the one that you set out on. I think this week in general is going to be a week that sets a lot of people on very different paths to the ones that they started out on. I don't know why, I just got this sense that a lot of people, it's like we're going this way and then all of a sudden everybody in some way, shape or form is going to have to pivot. So I think this could be a week where, you know, I don't want to say, you know, I don't want to sound sort of OTT, but this could definitely be a week where battle lines are drawn. This could be where choices are made, decisions are made, final drafts are put forward. Like this could very well be a week of those kinds of things. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Three of Wands. This is a beautiful card, especially with the Judgment card. So one of the ways that this could come up for you, for all of you in some way, shape or form, this week you could be getting some form of a windfall. This could be some small sort of spontaneous money or boost, you know, to the income or finances that comes in. This could be if you have made an investment this week, you could get some good news about it maturing. If you've put money into crypto this week, you could see, you know, some really nice tasty rewards. If you have, I don't know, if you've decided to start a store of some sort, especially anything to do with online, this could be a week where, I don't know, maybe your products really sell. This could be a week where you find or create something as well that does very well or is extremely popular. I think this is really nice, actually. There is a lot of speculation going on, though. On a personal level, this sees you really deliberating what those next steps actually are and if they entail a move or a change of residence in some way, shape or form. For your communications and conversations, you have the Five of Swords. So this is, I mean, look at this, right underneath the Judgment card. This is a conversation that has needed to happen for a long time. This week, it looks like you're having that. There's going to be what I would call either a difficult talk or a challenging conversation of some kind. And because it comes up with the Judgment card, it's like you've wanted to say this for the longest time. You've needed to get something off your chest. And it's like this week, it's not going to be an option to swallow it down, to chuck it under the carpet, or to, do you know what I mean? Like this week, you literally just, you're going to have the talk in order to move forward. And I actually think this is going to open some doors for you because it's going to help you clarify what it is that you truly want. When it comes to those of you that work for somebody else, I will always say with this card, stay away from office politics, especially because you've got the Judgment card here as well. You could inadvertently end up saying something that really ruffles some feathers. And maybe that's not your intention. Maybe it is. You are a Gemini after all. There can be an interesting energy with Geminis. You know, sometimes they play devil's advocate and, you know, not in a bad way. You know, just out of pure curiosity. For those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, etc., This week, I think you are going to be deciding whether to let go of a certain client, and it might be a really challenging ask, because you might be saying to yourself, okay, you know what, by letting this person go or by speaking my mind, it's a chance that I could lose somebody that props up my income. You know, maybe you know, this person is a high ticket client. However, with the space and the time that you free up from letting that go, it might see you going in a new direction, and it might open up another door for you. Just give it some thought, right? I'm not saying chuck away your you know, your loyal customers and stuff, but this week I think you might have to think about what is possible for those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason. When it comes to family, when it comes to familial ties, all of that kind of thing, this week, it looks like you're going to want to get involved in something on somebody's behalf. And to be honest with you, I think this time you might be getting in the way. It's important that this person learns whatever challenge or lesson that they need to. And, you know, if you go in all guns blazing, the chances are, you know, they're probably not really going to be able to deal with the situation because you're doing it for them. For your money and materials, you have the Ace of Cups. Money looks good this week, right? The finances actually look good. And maybe this is the reason that you can let go of a big client. You know, maybe some, you know, and I mean, especially because it's underneath the Three of Wands there as well. That's windfall energy. That is good money. That is spontaneous money as well that shows up. This is, you know, and when I say a windfall, doesn't always have to be a lotto win. It can be, you know, like I said, some of your investments coming up trumps. It could be, you know, I touch wood that I'm wrong. Maybe it's an inheritance that you weren't counting on. There's loads of ways that this can reach you, but there is definitely a blessing in the finance sector this week, and it's coming specifically to you personally. For your physical health and vitality, look, the Ace of Cups basically says you have the energy that you need in order to get through pretty much anything. Like, no matter what comes up, whatever the challenges are, your heart is basically protecting you from pretty much everything. Find time to sit in that self-love energy this week, right? Even if it's just for 5 minutes, it's going to be really, really important, because that will be your shield, that will be your aura, that will be your armor. For your home and environment, home looks good this week. I mean, you know, like I said, I don't necessarily feel that this is going to be internal stuff. I actually feel like it's going to be external stuff. And then for your love and relations, you've got the Devil card. I mean, this comes up, look, with the Five of Swords. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships, you may be dealing with a partner's vice this week, right? So what I will say to you is, while the home is good, there is also an energy here of overindulgence. If your partner is prone to drinking too much, smoking too much, eating too much, you know, whatever it is, like, just look out for that. Another way that this could show up, because it's the Five of Swords, that's above the Devil card. Look, when it comes to communication this week, nitpicking is going to get you nowhere. Splitting hairs is going to get you nowhere. This is a week where, you know, and Gemini is very nimble of mind and very nimble with words. This week, don't do that, right? Be very direct in your speech. Like, say what it is that you want, what it is that you require, what it is that you need from a partner, or what it is that annoys you, quite frankly. Because if you dance around the subject this week, you're only going to get more frustrated. When it comes to those of you that are single, look, to be honest with you, there's too much other stuff going on here really for you to be focused on that. And if you are, it looks like whoever is kind of in the picture and maybe around is a bit more hassle than they're worth, I have to say. So if you're connecting with someone, it looks like it will be relatively short-lived. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a good week, as best as you possibly can. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.